It's January. Do you already feel behind or tired or like this year has to work because you don't know how many more times you have it in you to start over again? I want you to pause with me for a second because a lot of women come into January thinking, okay, this is it. I need to get serious now. I'm going to buckle down. I'm going to do the work this year. And at the very same time, thinking, I don't really even trust myself anymore. I've not figured it out this far. What makes me think this year will be any different? That hope and defeat before we even really get started in the year. That combination is heavy. January is supposed to feel very hopeful, but for a lot of women, it actually feels like pressure. Maybe you've had thoughts like, I should have done better last year. I know what to do. I'm just not doing it. Why don't I just do it? Or maybe you're thinking, I don't want to mess this all up again. So instead of excitement, there's this quiet urgency, like you're already behind before you've even started. I used to think every January needed to be a clean slate. New plan, new rules, new expectations. And if things didn't go well, I'd tell myself, well, here we go again. What I didn't realize at the time was that every restart, it was chipping away at myself, my trust of myself, my thoughts of myself, all of it. Because starting over assumes that I failed. Here's something I've learned from coaching women now for years. Many women don't feel safe using their own voices. They don't speak up for what they need or what they want. They don't say no. And they don't tell people when they're tired. They don't even tell themselves half the time when they're tired. It's a badge of honor to just keep going. I've told people in the past that I operate at a higher frequency than most people can handle. Like that's that's a compliment to myself. And I may have gotten used to doing things at that higher frequency just means I'm doing more and more and more all the time. But that doesn't mean that that's good for my body. It's definitely not good for my soul. And so I have had to learn how to say, I'm just tired. I need to slow down. It's kinder, it's gentler, and I can actually usually get more done in the long run when I've had a little bit of a rest. Um, it's just hard for women to tell people that they just don't like something. We're trained to be pleasant and agreeable, and saying that you don't like it, it feels very intimidating to a lot of women. So they just don't use their voice. So instead, food becomes the place where all of that goes. Food becomes their comfort, relief, their reward, a way to finally meet a need that never got spoken out loud. I coach women on finding their voices in their marriages, with their parents, maybe at work, just even finding what their opinion is. What is it that they desire? What do they like? So many women don't even know what they want to eat. They're just used to someone else making those decisions because they've not really decided what they even like. Because women, when they don't use their voice, that food is going to fill the void, just quantities of food. And January tends to make this worse because January says, fix yourself, be better, do more, instead of asking, what do I actually need right now? So here's what I want to offer you. If you're not starting over, what would it be like? What if you're just starting with experience? Coming with all of the knowledge of good, bad, ugly, what worked, what didn't work, all the things you've ever tried before. Even if weight didn't change, even if the habits that you've practiced have been inconsistent, if you even had any habits yet, even if you're tired of trying, you've learned things. You've learned what restriction does to you. That's what those strict diets were in the past. You've learned what skipping meals leads to. You've learned that perfection lasts what, 5 minutes? That's not failure. All of that is information. So January isn't about fixing yourself. This January, it's about rebuilding trust with yourself. Trust that you can follow through. Trust that you don't need extremes. Trust that you can care for yourself without punishment. And trust isn't built through motivation. It's built through small promises that you actually keep. So instead of asking, what do I need to change? Try asking, what do I already know about myself now? That's a much kinder place to begin. If you are tired of starting over every January and just want weight loss to finally feel calmer and clearer, doable, I created a free webinar just for you. It's called Everything Your Doctor Wants You to Know About Losing Weight so it finally feels doable. No diets, no meal plans, no extremes, just real skills, some simple habits explained in a way that actually makes sense. You'll find that at www.coachingkara.com/sign up. And the link will be in the show notes too. I'll see you next week.